Hey friends, welcome to part 2. In this episode, we're going to collect all the wood needed to make the guitar and get it into final shape and dimension for CNCing. I begin by ripping a perfectly good Limba body blank, also known as Carina to the Gibson folks. The base will be a laminate glue-up comprising of a few different woods. Here I'm stealing a few strips of basswood from another body blank. This is probably a good time for another disclaimer. I am not a woodworker. I'm just a guy with access to some power tools. Here I'm breaking down a chunk of locally sourced walnut, courtesy of my buddy Barrett. Check him out on YouTube. He's over at Bear Made It, B-E-A-R. He's got a whole video series on him building his timber frame home. Soup to nuts, it's fantastic. It's like a less ambitious version of what I'm doing here. Everything comes off the table saw and bandsaw a little rough, and I don't own a jointer, but I do own a CNC machine, so therefore I own a really slow but accurate jointer. So what you're seeing here is me truing up the sides of the limba to prepare them for glue. The next several shots are me getting the layers of the laminate body blank to perfect thickness, so you'll periodically see me checking depths every so often. Accuracy here is important, so the pattern becomes symmetrical. The limba strip is 1 inch, the 2 basswood strips 3/8, and the 4 walnut slices are 1/16 of an inch each. Now that everything is trued up into the correct thickness, we can lay out the pattern. Everyone knows racing stripes add horsepower, and I'm not trying to build a slow guitar. And it's time for glue. Every YouTube video I watch, I always curse out the maker for using way too much glue. That's their thing. I would never just slather it on like that. I suppose too much is better than not enough in this case. Now just clamping everything together. Clamps on top and bottom to help keep it from bowing. A few days and a few of snow later, and we're more than ready to break down these clamps and reveal our rough body blank, which still requires a fair amount of cleanup. The oscillating tool takes care of the excess walnut. Now it's time to face the blank and get it perfectly flat. I'm drawing lines to ensure everything gets machined. I'm sweating this a little because my design has the blank at a final thickness of 1 3/4 inches, which was the exact size of the limba and basswood before the glue up. Each pass is only 15 thou, and there's some wiggle room in the overall body thickness, but I don't want to push it. Thankfully, it only took 3 passes on the front and 2 on the back to get it flush and flat. I can live with that. Here I'm just sanding back some of the scoring that the dull surfacing bit left on the face. And at long last, here is the showpiece. This is a maple drop top from Kimball Hardwoods. It's a little spalted, it's a little bird's eye, and it's a little quilted. I'm finding the exact center line on the seam of the book match. This is critical, as it will be the reference for all future operations, and obviously to the final look of the piece. Now I'm applying a template of the body outline to help me choose the orientation and location of the figure that will be the top. Lots of hemming and hawing about this off camera, but this was the best fit. These two additional holes mark the position of the dowel pins that will serve to align and affix everything to the wasteboard. Once I'm happy with the position, I lock everything in and trace the body outline to the top. Off camera, I trim both pieces to the final stock dimensions. And there we have it. Two pieces ready for the CNC. Until next time.